no longer faces of the teams.
I was Dignitas.
Yeah, I know. I'm Animate.
Yeah. So we are finally, I can actually say it, and I'm touching as much wood as is possible on this desk, that we might be going live right now. Going live. It says it on the stream as well, guys. Let's jump straight into game. Dignitas versus Animate into map 2. So while we were away, the map was finalised, and so Gormon Railway went to Dignitas. We go into the second map. It's Zavod. What are your predictions, Dogbert? How do you think this is going to go?
Zavod's a different beast entirely. Obviously, in a way, there are similarities and that you can pick up. So I think the A flag in this one is that far away flag. The one it's
the C.
Always, it's C in this one. It will always get traded every so often. C is the most important flag, but the initial pressure from both teams should come down on that B flag and the a bit of a breakout in the middle there as well. You are going to have Dignitas playing the more favoured side on this. They're playing the US, and they will easily get that C flag, and they will be in a better position at B. But Dig like to do things a bit unorthodox, so they might push that A early with more than just one player. From Animate side, they have a little bit of a different push here. They will obviously have to contest that B, but they will also want to try and pressure C and defend A. So depending on what they want to do, they need to cover all bases, while Dignitas straight up BC.
Okay, so we can look at that map, see where they're spreading out. We're seeing kind of a 3-2 split, as opposed to currently the Dignitas side, who are all going for that BC. At the moment, it's going to be the battle is going to be going on at B, as it's a 3v2 in favour of Dignitas. Meanwhile, there's a bit of exchange in mid. It was Harkle who took down that player heading towards that A site.
Yeah, it was sneaky there, and obviously a very confident player, and very awkward fight around C. No one's really managed to get much of a headway here, and that's the case. This B flag, sorry, can take a while to get capped over.
Hands very, very quickly. I can see what you're talking about. There's just a lot of battling. See Jerk picking up one there as well. And so currently sitting inside with that kind of, they've got the B and C. Numbers at the moment, the spread of people, everyone seems to be dying at A, despite that, but despite B and C being held by Dignitas. Dignitas are applying the pressure to Animate on that A site. And Jerk's actually there himself.
Yeah, and this is Dignitas playing a very aggressive forward game.
Really?
Not letting Animate really start getting an offensive going. Yeah, that's a sneaky capture.
Yeah,
Look at that.
I mean, I was thinking, okay, so what are they? What's this costing Dignitas? Nothing. He has just walked in there, Animate the one site they do have, and they've just let him walk in and capture it. A triple cap, and that bleed is gonna just watch it melt. Watch that number tick away right now, as I see very little answer from Animate right now.
Yeah, finally they get Jerk shut down. What you'll see a lot of this one is 4 guys holding back and a single roamer going out and just harassing, buying time, keeping that bleed ticking over, and that's the role Jerk's going for. It's usually, actually, I think Frantic plays that role usually, and right now Dig leaving it to Jerk, a very solid player, and because he died and because he went for a random spawn, instantly can do it again and go straight for I.
Yeah, so here he is yet again. He's sat on that A site, trying to be battling, bring it back for Dignitas. At the moment, though, the assault is coming in onto C site. We can have a little look at that right now, see exactly what's going on in the site. Ming, I'm going to say his name right this time, picking up one for himself. And so look at the amount they're committing to that one. Animate sent every single member of their team to that C site, and of course Dignitas just glide into way.
Yeah, and they didn't even finish off that C flag. Giggly spawned in, or was still around somewhere, and with that triple cap is continuing, and trip cap city for Dig.
Oh gosh,
this is brutal.
It really is, and the answer for Animate needs to happen soon, because that number is going to get very, very low very, very quickly. That's the nature of this triple cap. And of course, we've got XEQT looking to bring that A site back into Animate's control. And someone to question it, though, there's 2 actually. It's Jerk and Mark both heading to meet him on that A site. Going to be playing the defensive role. Let's have a little look what Mark's going to see.
And the one thing that gets me about this is Jerk that's a great kill. Mark picking that one up,
Very
and that's
nice.
gonna. But they're losing out C and B, so that's dangerous. But you've seen Jerk was constantly harassing that A flag, but he probably expected there to be a few more Animate players on that flag, and there actually was.
And they have. We said an answer needs to come soon. Right now, this is looking good. Looking at the way Animate play this, 2 players towards that C site, the 1v1 going on over on that B site at the moment. Sneaky up against Ming. And so 4 players for Animate side just hanging out on the C site. 2 players to question them, though. Is that too many, Dogbert? Are they sending too much to C? Are we just going to see B get taken out away from them?
They're having some serious issues all of a sudden.
Yeah.
Giggly left last guy at C. Ming managed to pick up the kill and secure that B flag, and now it's just Sneaky by himself at C and getting the revives and being the spawn point. But this is very dangerous for Dig. All of a sudden, Animate have woke up.
They really have. Look at that. They're having no problems just defending this C site right now. NVC looking to do some damage, but it's not going to be enough as he does go down as well.
That's a full wipe. That's
It's a complete wipe, and we're going to see those tickets start to balance back out.
Yeah, and Dignitas maybe getting a bit too aggressive and not so much sense, and with that, they're just stuck at A. You know, it's not a trip cap. I mean, it was much worse for Animate at one point, but yeah, Dignitas getting caught out there, and now you can see Animate are just playing a very solid defensive game.
Sneaky had something up his sleeve, but he was destroyed by XEQT. At the moment, I feel like that C is where the action's going to be happening. B is just a little out of the way, especially for the spawns that we're seeing at the moment for the Dignitas side. A lot of action in this middle area. Is that where we're going to be expecting it, kind of between A and C? Is that what we're going to be focusing on right now, or are we going to see a kind of a split?
I think starting to just become a bit bullheaded here and really just trying to break that C flag with just sheer numbers and, you know, very sloppy, and it started to bring the tickets up to a very even point, and Dignitas are committing so much for the C flag, they just got to get it at this point.
Yeah, they've kind of they've made a decision and they're sticking to it, no matter how costly it's being. As we see, there was such a lead for Dignitas, almost 50 tickets at one point. Right now, only 6 separate these teams, and it's going to keep ticking away in favour of Animate unless Dignitas do something soon. And talking of doing something, they've finally got their hands on that C site.
Yeah, and it cost them at least 30-40 tickets to even get it, so very surprising from Dignitas there. You'd think they'd do a lot better holding of that C flag. But with that, you know, the one flag they've had success on non-stop has been that A flag, and they're constantly shutting down pressure there. And Dig have come for a very weird hold, really. They're just all over the place.
Yeah, it feels like that as well. Is this Dignitas trying to get back into the driving seat? Because at the moment, they're the ones that are being told where to go. Animate just saying, okay, you throw numbers at C, we'll just go one man on A. Fat Sheep just sat there, quite happy as Larry, just taking the A site, and once again, the numbers favour Animate.
Yeah, and Dignitas just not really focusing on defending anything, just constantly attacking Animate, and that's kind of falling into the hands of Animate in a way. That's good for them. They want to be able to be in a solid place to kind of catch them out. And right now, with Animate losing quite a few players being killed out, as long as Dilly stays alive at the C flag, this will be a massive squad bomb.
There's going to be a lot of numbers just suddenly appearing on this site for Animate to go down, though, and that was good play from Dignitas. What they needed to do is stop those numbers from increasing on that site. That's going to bring it home, and that's finally the BC. This looks like something I see Dignitas holding for quite a while now.
Yeah, this is dangerous for Animate because they get the A flag, which is the booby prize and the flag draw, and now they're really just stuck on the top right of the map, and this is where it's dangerous because it's very difficult to break out of this. You have to commit so much to C, or you go around for B, and that takes so long to get there.
Yeah, it's a real walk, especially this is basically the position Dignitas were in. They know what was making it difficult for them. They can maybe apply that to what's happening to them right now, as there's a kind of a big exchange of fire happening in that middle. XEQT, it's a very hard site to attack. Looking at the way C is structured, there's just so many places the defense could be.
Yeah, you can use rocket launchers to blow up, and then you can see that's already happening in a few places. But at the end of the day, the reason this flag's so hard to take is it's the underground bit in here, and that makes it so difficult in the little garage bit. And there's so many corners you can just hide behind and drag fights out, and something Dignitas are using to great success here. They know they're losing out on B, but they had no defenders there anyway because it already rotated around to A. Great rotation from Dig, solid play.
Yeah, and they've rotated very nicely, kind of quickly as well. Quick reactive play from Sneaky, but whether or not Animate are going to respond though, Ming does have the potential. Those two spawns from Dilly and Ming could suggest that they could go straight back for that A site, but I don't think that's something that they particularly want to be doing.
Yeah, and it's just a really awkward kind of hold Dig has here, this AC one. Not the easiest, not the best. And at one, it's sort of upset on spawns, and Ming here with that spawn right behind the defenders, leaving Dig in a very precarious spot to try and defend that flag. It doesn't even look like they're going to try and Animate. All of a sudden, they're attacking everywhere.
They're just throwing kind of 2s and 1s at all the different sites. Dilly is in a prime position now. He's sat on his pack as well, and someone is questioning his presence. Is going to be Sneaky. Sneaky gets the better of him. And look at this. All of a sudden, Animate have just rise and shine. It's A, B, and C. Or not for long, actually. We did see that site just get questioned by the Dignitas side in response. And suddenly, sites are changing hands left, right, and center. We need to see Animate get their teeth into A. A and C right now will work for Animate.
Yeah, definitely. And Ming getting that kill on Mark, stopping the flag capture at A. And even Giggly, seasoned veteran, getting caught out by Ming there. And all of a sudden, Animate are getting kills across the board. And more importantly, all the hardcore Dig guys are down. And a trip cap was almost threatened at one moment there. In fact, she unfortunately wasn't able to complete it.
Both players just killed each other. NVC and XEQT just killed each other. That was really quite funny to watch.
Trades happen in BM.
Beautiful. All that bullet time, travel time.
Yep.
Oh, that's good. Okay, so Dignitas, this A site is changing. I thought we were going to see B change hands the most. Right now, A is just changing hands faster and faster as this kind of it's a site that's open to these 1v1s. There's a lot of duels happening in this assembly.
Yeah, you never want to overcommit to the A flag because like spawns are so regular around that area, but it's not worth throwing people into mass defenses or even attacks on it. And C is the flag you see that on most. And right now you can see Animate stacking up.
Look at these numbers.
But they're just getting shut down. And Dig can be comfortable with this BC, mutual supporting flags, and with that, they're just leaving Jerk to harass that A flag. And man, they're just doing a great job of keeping Animate on the back foot. But Dig just seemed to have lapses of concentration for a while and let Animate get back into this game. But yeah, now it's all Dig.
Yeah, it certainly is. And the spawns for Animate do not inspire confidence in this 30 remaining tickets. They are all bundled up in a nice little tasty package for Dignitas on that A site. And Dignitas are doing exactly what they should be, which is just sitting still.
Yeah, looking at Mark at the moment. Finally worked out how to use the FAMAS. One of the most dangerous weapons for sure. And it's a great equalizer sometimes against maybe players with slightly better aim because you can just put down a wall of fire quite quickly.
Yeah.
It's SMG in that kind of way, and one he's using quite well right now.
Yeah, and Animate they know what they need to be doing, but they know just how little tickets they have left. Very cautious play. At the moment, Harkle's going to be going down as well. There's a 4-man defensive play on this C site, and Animate are going for this 2-sided split push on towards the C site.
And they're just getting frustrated at all pushes, and right now, only one player up for Animate. Russ spawning in, obviously, but that line of defense from B to C is just been solid, and right now this is just really difficult for Animate to move forward. No way, exactly. You said it yourself there. B is just too far away for the amount of time that Animate have left. 86 tickets has not gone down for a while for Dignitas, and the remaining 5 for Animate is just, it's a matter of time now. Yeah, pretty much. That bleed has really just stayed for Dig for quite a while now, and even when the game did look pretty close, all of a sudden it's almost like Dig just switched on and decided to just go for it. That concludes it for the first half of